Good morning. Thanks for joining us again this Saturday at Blissful Monkey. It's super sunny and warm, so whether you're catching us live or you'll catch us later, we hope you enjoy class. We'll start in tabletop pose. And just begin to arrive in your body. Not necessarily worrying about breath or movement in this moment, but just simply arriving, tuning in, and welcoming an organic process this morning. Your next exhale is full and complete. Now begin to set a strong foundation, the fingertips wide, the knuckles pressing down, the low belly lifting in and up, and begin to move in coordination with your breath. That might be some cat and cows, some barrel rolls, but observe as you connect with your breath over more time, the breath will deepen. Your inhale and exhale will begin to mirror each other in length and depth. And your movement will begin to sync with your evolving breath. Five more deep inhales and exhales here. We'll find our seat on our heels. Our hands will come to our heart center. Drishti will go a little bit more inward than it has already. Softening through the forehead, the jaw, the shoulders, the ribs. Lift your toes off the mat, spread them wide, place them back down. Set an intention for your practice. A deep breath in and out. You might keep your eyes closed. We'll go back to our tabletop pose. We've already been there. It's familiar. We'll curl our toes under. Tone through the tummy. Lift the belly in. Beautiful. You can see Terri's back lengthening, a pressing away from the floor. Hover your knees off the mat. The breath continues to flow. And often when we begin to engage our body, our mind might begin sort of potentially a repetitive cycle we're familiar with. Whether, oh my gosh, this is so hard, I'm so tired, this is amazing, whatever it may be, let that go. 3 more inhales and exhales, you can do it. On your next exhale, slowly lower the knees to the floor. Child's pose. Big breath in. And out. Inhale, tabletop, curl the toes, hover the knees. A nice long exhale as the knees lower, you find child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, tabletop with knees hovering. You can keep the toes curled under or use the tops of your feet. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, shift forward, hover your knees, tone through your tummy, press away from the floor even more. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Let's follow Terri's lead. We'll cross our right foot behind our right ankle and just begin to find a little release, a little opening. We'll come back through center and switch sides. Beautiful, and you're welcome at home as well to move intuitively to support your practice. Come back through center. Inhale, shift forward to plank pose. Shift your shoulders forward. With the shoulders and tummy staying where they are, begin to track your knees towards your elbows, towards the floor, hovering. Gently lower knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, baby dog. Find a little back bend. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, down dog. Right leg lifts, bend the knee, peel open the hip. Come back to your intention you set only a few moments ago. Noticing the mind stream. As you inhale, right knee to left armpit. Extend the right leg underneath you. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, left hand to floor. Very slowly, chaturanga onto the right hip. Beautiful. Scoop up to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, peel open the hip. Inhale, left knee, right armpit. Extend the left leg underneath you. Inhale, right arm lifts. Hips stay high, belly stays in. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Chaturanga onto left hip. Pause here. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do that with a little bit more speed. Inhale, right leg lifts. This time, as you exhale, right knee, left armpit. The next inhale, the left arm will lift. That right leg might hover or not. Exhale, chaturanga. Ooh, Terri. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Woo. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, cross the body. Your next inhale, the right arm lifts. The next exhale, there's a chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale, look forward, hop the feet to the hands. Flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, cross the body. Leg hovers or not. Inhale, left arm lifts. This time, step the right foot back as you lower left hand, chaturanga. Traditional chaturanga pose. Hover that leg or let the toes tap. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, cross the body. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Inhale, look forward, the feet meet the hands, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up to stand. Interlace the fingers, spin the palms to the ceiling, shrug the shoulders, and feel everything settle down to the earth. Inhale, create space through the ribs. Exhale, side bend to the right. Keep length in both side waists. Maybe gaze up underneath left armpit. Press the hips a little bit more to the left. Reach the hands a little bit more to the right. And this time, as we exhale, we're going to sweep the hands down towards the floor, going to the right in a counterclockwise circle, moving over to the left, and sweeping back up. Inhale. Exhale, side bend to the left. Press the hips a little bit more to the right. Reach the hands a little bit more to the left. Belly toning. Exhale, sweep down in your circle. Come back up to stand. Reverse direction. Softness through the knees, support the hamstrings. 2 more times. Exhale, hands to heart when you come to your mountain pose. Close your eyes, breathe. come back to your intention. So often we get distracted in our mind, within the world around us, that we lose sight of our intention. So just come back. The next inhale, the arms will sweep up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, cross the body. Pause here. Pigeon pose. Inhale, scoop the chest up and through. Exhale, plant hands, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, cross the body, lower the hips, pigeon pose. Scoop the chest up and through. Exhale, chaturanga. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, cross the body. This time we will find fallen star. I'm testing Terri's ability to stay present. Now as you exhale, find your pigeon. Scoop that right knee back to the right wrist. Beautiful. Scoop the chest up and through. Exhale, find your flow. We'll meet in down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, cross the body, fallen star. Now the next exhale brings you to your pigeon. The inhale, the chest scoops up and through. And find your way to your down dog. Take your time. Once there, a few inhales and exhales will feel great. Without lifting the right leg, see if on your inhale you can draw your right knee to your nose to step the right foot as close between the hands as you can. Ground down through the outside edge of the left foot. Inhale, warrior one pose. As you exhale, left arm wraps underneath right, eagle arms. Belly is in, low back is long. You might find a gentle back bend, a lifting of the elbows. The hands are also lifting away from the face. As you exhale in your eagle arms, let's find a humble warrior variation. Round the spine, engage the tummy in a new way to draw the elbows in and up. The head hangs heavy. Pull the right hip crease back. Equal opportunity through the legs as they support you in this pose. The next inhale will bring you up through stand. Maybe find a back bend here with your eagle arms. One more time, humble warrior variation with your eagle arms. Your next inhale will bring you up through warrior one. Spin onto your back toes, and the left leg will cross over right for eagle legs. Beautiful. Can you sit down a little bit lower into your right leg? Just a teensy. Yoga is great to bring us to our edge and recognize that harmony we can form. For as long as the breath still flows, we're in a place of balance and support. You might find this forward fold variation. Maybe you simply stay upright. We'll all meet upright in our eagle pose. We'll unwind Tadasana, mountain pose. Shake it out. Beautiful. The next inhale, the arms will sweep up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Another big breath in. And out. Inhale, left knee to nose. Step the foot as far as you can between the hands. Ground down through right foot. Warrior One pose. As you exhale, eagle arms, right arm wraps underneath left. Pause here. Find your support through the feet, all the way up through the top of the head. Perhaps transitioning into a back bend. On your exhale, find a humble warrior variation. Round through the spine. Left hip crease draws back. Both legs working equally. Head goes heavy. Turn your abs on just a little bit more to hug those elbows in and up. Your inhale brings you up through Warrior One with eagle arms. And your next exhale takes you back to your humble warrior variation. Inhale upward. Finding center, spin onto those right toes. Right leg wraps around the left. Eagle legs, eagle pose. Finding any variation you'd like here in your eagle. Today, the variation might just be that you stay with it and you keep breathing, even though there's an inclination to step out of the pose. Maybe you find a deeper variation. We'll all begin to meet through center. Unwind, mountain pose, Tadasana, shake it out. Big breath in and out. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. As you exhale, the left foot steps back. Low runner's lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, twist to the right. You can help that hook of that left tricep. And you might stay on your back knee. You can certainly always press off your back knee. So many ways to adapt our practice moment to moment. Maybe you open your prayer. The hips are buoyant. Beautiful, that back leg is active. Ground down through your feet. Your inhale will bring you to Warrior Two. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, they soften. Strong drishti, gaze out over those right fingertips. Look down at your right knee. Just ensure that it's directly over that right ankle. You can see your big toe. We'll be here for about 3 or so more cycles of breath. Find space in this stillness. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Keep length in that left side waist. Inhale to warrior one. Side angle. Whatever variation of your side angle here in Warrior Two you're finding, just find lightness between the hand on the floor, the forearm on the thigh. Ask those side waists to help the support. One more big breath in. As you exhale, left hand to the floor, right hand stays inside right foot, spin onto your back toes. Inhale, right arm lifts for a twist. Almost there. Hips stay high. This is where you might stay, or you might get light through that right foot and transition to a side plank. Terri's going to show big toe hold variation. That takes open hamstrings. So again, noticing where you are in your own practice. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. You can flow through your sun salutation A, or simply lift the hips, ground the hands and feet. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot steps forward, low runner's lunge. Drop the back knee. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, twist to the left. You might curl that back toe under and find space through lifting the back leg. Any variation here, belly in. Extend the back leg a little more powerfully to the wall behind you. Left kneecap a little more powerfully to the wall in front of you. Grounding down through the feet. The inhale will spin you up through Warrior Two. Inhale, shrug shoulders up. Exhale, settle into the pose, strengthening through the dristi. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, side angle. So remembering, just as we were on the other side, there's a lightness through that hand, floor, or thigh connection. Ask your foundation, the soles of your feet, to support you in this pose. As you exhale, right hand to the floor, spin onto the back toes. Inhale, left arm lifts, twist it out. Hips stay buoyant. This is where you might stay, or you might find a side plank variation. And here, as if you're finding your side plank, a key ingredient of this pose is hips are buoyant. So if you already have buoyant hips, they'll stay much more buoyant and support you in this pose. There'll be less pressure on the wrist, and it will feel lighter in nature. Wherever you are, we'll find our downward facing dog. Flow through or move to your downward facing dog. A child's pose is always welcome. About 3 more cycles of breath wherever you are. We'll meet in our Malasana prayer squat. So look forward, hop or step the feet outside the hands, hips go heavy. The triceps connect with the inner thighs. Press the thumbs to your sternum. Feel the length being created in the spine. And through collaboration with your breath, body, and mind, just begin to feel the heart rate slowing. This is about the time in our practice where things might begin to be a bit more quiet and harmonious. The volume of our mental thoughts and chatter might be quieter. There might be more space in between. The nature of our mind might be a bit more gentle. And so take this moment to send some love and compassion to yourself, knowing at the end of our practice, we always have the opportunity to dedicate the merits to another being. One more inhale. As you exhale, hips lift high, any forward fold of your choice. All I ask is that you're kind to your hamstrings. The weight is pouring into the balls of your feet, and that you're able to be settled and to breathe. Might feel nice on the next couple of exhales to sigh it out. Very slowly roll up to standing. Sweep the arms up. We'll meet in Tadasana, mountain pose. We'll go through a standing sequence. So whether your drishti is inward or outward, just begin to find a point of focus. Ground down through the right foot, spread the right toes. Zip up through your midline. And just begin, without hands, lift the left knee to the chest. Take a couple hip circles. Maybe move the hip a little bit backwards in a circle, forward. And we'll just find tree pose without hands. So the sole of the foot might rest on the calf or on the upper thigh, avoiding the knee joint. And I love offering this variation because it definitely asks us to let go of attachment. We're usually attached to a very certain expression of this pose, the foot way up high on the inner thigh. So just acknowledging where the body is at and what its natural propensity is for. Wherever you are, that left knee presses a little more to the wall behind you. Beautiful, keeping the hips square. You might begin to extend the arms like branches up towards the sun and sky. Just as a tree blows in the wind, we might as well as we find our balance. Begin to draw the left knee back up to the chest and extend it back behind you, warrior three. Student is leading teacher. Terri's arms are already prepped for this beautiful expression of warrior three. You can always bring your hands to your heart center. Let's all dial our left hip a little bit more towards the floor. Square it off. Beautiful. Go with the flow of your breath. We're almost there in warrior three. And we'll take a short stance, so the left foot will begin to tap lightly on the mat behind us so that we can square off our hips and find pyramid pose. Again, both legs are working equally. And here, instead of forcing the hamstrings by keeping the legs long and straight, if that's not what's right for your body, give the knees some softness this morning and allow a gentle opening, a gentle awakening of the hamstrings. Begin to take your left hand to the outside edge of your right foot. Together, the hands are going to walk over to the right. You're going to start to spin your toes to the right, and you're going to keep walking your hands all the way until you can try to get as far to the left foot as possible. Just find a little opening, a little rotation. The knees might bend. And slowly begin to unwind, walking the hands all the way past the right foot, spinning to the long edge of your mat. Toes turn in, heels turn out. A nice deep forward fold. Any variation. We'll be here for about 5 to 8 or so cycles of breath. Begin to make your way to a flat back. And walk the hands to the left, spinning to the back of your mat. The right foot steps to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up to stand. Hands to heart. Recentering, refocusing that drishti. Grounding down through the left foot, spreading those toes nice and wide, zipping up through your center line. Inhale, right knee to chest. Take a few hip circles in both directions. And then without the use of your hands, find your tree pose. That right knee presses a little bit more towards the wall behind you as the hips stay square. Your roots grow deep into the earth as you begin to potentially extend the arms. Inhale, right knee to chest, and begin to extend the leg long behind you for your warrior three variation. Square that right hip a little bit more to the earth. Strengthen, lengthen through the left standing leg. With a short stance, landing lightly, pyramid pose. The right hand will begin to find the outside edge of that left foot. Begin to walk the hands to the left, spinning the toes with you, spinning to the outside edges of the feet, continuing to spin. And begin to unwind. Right foot meets left. Inhale, flat back. Making this last sun salutation flow as your own. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, bend the knee, peel open the hip. Your next exhale, the right knee crosses the body. Extend the right leg long underneath you. Stay on your back toes and slowly lower all the way onto your hip. Beautiful. You might come onto your forearms. If it would feel nice to let the left leg begin to soften, you can drop the knee and uncurl the toes. Just try to keep the top of your foot rolling towards the earth, which means the left hip will continue to roll. This is where you might stay. If you'd like to take a threading of the needle, you have two options. The gentler, more open version of a thread the needle would be the right arm threads underneath coming onto right shoulder, and you broaden and open all the way through chest and belly. If you'd like a deeper variation, you'd thread in the opposite direction. And if you are threading the left arm through, see if you can maybe use the leverage through the rib cage, through the muscles, to try to come a little bit more onto that left shoulder. So just play around with this intricate space throughout our thoracic region. If you threaded the needle, begin to unthread. We'll all meet on our forearms or on our hands. Curl the left toes under. And maybe you find your forearm plank or plank on your hands. Oh, yeah. Last little oomph. This might be where you are. You might find a little dolphin. You might go back to your down dog, maybe a child's pose. Beautiful. If you're in dolphin, press through the forearms, the hands transition to your down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, bend the knee, peel open your hip. On your exhale, cross the body, extend the left leg underneath you. Slide onto the left hip, activate the right hip and toes. Square the chest to the floor. Pause here. Explore the pose. Even if you've taken another variation, take your time to move through the phases. You might soften that right leg. You might find a threading action. You may or may not have noticed this example that comes in our yoga practice, but typically as teachers we offer the right side first, and so we don't quite know where the flow is taking us. So we're a little bit more diligent, a little bit more methodical in our approach. And then on the second side of the flow, because we know our destination, we go there without hesitation, sometimes a little less mindfully, a little less attuned, because we already know where we're going. And so just begin to notice that pattern, perhaps that manifests on your yoga mat, and that might manifest in your life. If you've already threaded the left arm through, you're golden. If you haven't, begin to thread that left arm through so that we can roll onto our back. And extend both legs down the mat. Yeah, extend those arms above your head or wherever you'd like. Take that beautiful full body stretch. Work well done. The sole of the left foot comes to the floor. Figure 4 stretch, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Just pause here for a moment. Can you switch sides? Can you switch sides? Beautiful. Press that right knee forward. Open your arms out to T. And keeping your figure 4 variation, begin to find your knee down twist. The sole of the right foot dropping over to the left. Pause here. This is where you might stay, or you might begin to extend that right leg long, and the left hand will find your right toe for big toe hold. Left hand, right foot. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, and then if you still have that left knee bent underneath you, the right hand might find the left ankle. Yeah. Maybe you think, I'll pass. And still see if you can rotate and activate that right shoulder towards the earth, just to keep that rotation happening through the spine. Take a deep breath into your low back, into your hips. Exhale completely. Your next inhale will bring you back through center, maybe another full body stretch. Figure 4 on the other side, sole of the right foot on the earth, left ankle crossing over right thigh, pressing left knee away from your chest, beginning to find your knee down twist in this variation. Pause here. Like to experiment with some variations, you might find the foot of the left side with your right hand. You might find your right foot with your left hand. On behalf of Blissful Monkey, Terri, and myself, we thank you for joining us in this practice. You'll begin to unwind from center and just take any pose of choice. It might be a nice happy baby, maybe a Supta Baddha Konasana, maybe a little bit of both, but just take these next couple of moments to meet your body where it's at, sort of put those finishing touches on your process this morning. over the next minute or so, any other variations that might be calling to you. Perhaps stillness is that variation. The final preparation stages for our Shavasana, the true destination of our asana practice. We prep the body through physical postures. We prep that present connection through the breath. We prep the mind with meditation. Your next exhale, sigh it out. Invite your intention to magnify in your belly center, your heart center, and your third eye center. If you'd like, you can stay here a little longer, or you can begin to roll onto your side for fetal pose. And up to your seat. Our hands come to our heart center. We convey the loving kindness we cultivated in our practice to ourselves, to those in our immediate sphere of life, to those whom we may only have been seeing from a distance, to all sentient beings, may they be free of suffering. Dedicating the merits of your practice to a being in need and who may benefit. Hands to third eye. In gratitude, namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us.
We will see you tomorrow, Sunday at 11 for Vinyasa. Take care.